Hi guys, welcome to your bi-weeklies, and let me first start with big thank you. Cat Tarot reached 1 million viewers, and it wouldn't happen without you. And because you're subscribing, liking and sharing, it's all worth it. So I know that this huge effort is not in vain. So if you guys are not subscriber, I would greatly appreciate if you just click on it, like and share. And yes, I know I actually didn't record all the monthlies. They're going to come out this week, and I was even contemplating if I should skip these bi-weeklies, but my brother said that it's kind of not fun, especially now reaching 1 million. And here I am. This is my Sunday. I'm dedicated to you guys, and I hope you appreciate it. So look up for your monthlies soon. And lastly, the August special is relationship spread, so check it out. It's still on $50 if you want to find out what's going on. This is a quick and easy way to find out. Thank you. Hi my Aquarius friends. Let's see what is this 2 weeks coming in for us, bringing in for us, etc. Because we actually have lunar eclipse in this period, and it is in Aquarius. So Leo Aquarius, unrequited love. I keep saying I have to kind of cross out what is here on the bottom, but I don't do that. So let me do this right now, because I certainly think that unrequited love can actually have so many different things and not enough chemistry. Yeah, but most of the time there are different reasons. So there we go, changing the cards, meaning live. So what is unrequited love? Unrequited love can be anything. It could be sometimes we not being grounded properly, going out of our comfort zone, and nothing wrong with this. It just like it means maybe it's not the right time, not the right place. Chemistry and playfulness. I like this. There is a strong magnetic attraction here, and to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to find to shine. I think this is kind of like what we Aquas maybe have to learn during this lunar eclipse. Aqua, August 1st. Oh my gosh. Stay optimistic about your love life, and positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. Of course, but what is a soulmate? It's just the next challenge. So are you ready? Aquarius, August 1st to August 15th. 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 I'm actually thinking about making my own cards, and I actually want these cards to be sort of like differently shaped as well, because this kind of black and white up and down, and I know some of you don't even like reverse cards. I actually want to take it to the next level, to actually 4 different directions, because life is that way. You just don't get a choice between chocolate and vanilla, right? You get choice between many other flavors. So let's see what happens. Aquarius, August 1st to August 15th. August 1st to August 15th. Aquarius, August 1st to August 15th. All right. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Lots of things happening, like lots of signs basically got this. This means that there is like sort of like what in psychology we call it original abuser, and it doesn't have to be abuse whatsoever. It just like means that sometimes, like an avalanche, you start with a snowball and things become so big over time. Because like if you want something like those creams, I want it, I want it, I want it, become bigger and bigger and bigger as we kind of like get bigger ourselves. And we kind of keep encountering relationships that kind of like feed us with the opportunity to resolve this issue. But we cannot resolve it with relationships we attract, because we have to resolve it where it started. So whether we had issues with a mother that was cold or unreceptive, or we had parents that didn't have the same imagination that we have, so instead of like kind of like fostering that, they kind of suppress it. And so we were like I'm in pressure pot, like pff, just like when you open it up, it just like exploded. And like maybe seeking that partner who is going to fulfill and give us ability to express our creativity, it's really not the point. The point is to kind of like realize that, hey, you know, we already have it, we don't need other people to accommodate us with that. So it's kind of like getting that acknowledgement. Yeah, look, cutting through the truth. Knave of Swords is actually also representing Aquarius in tarot. So yeah, it's going to be interesting period. Yeah, lunar eclipse is about truth, and many people fear it. Many people kind of like want to scare us Aquarians. And I say just bring it on, because we are one of the very few signs, if not the only one, because we are tornado. We know how to behave in tornado, right? And unfortunately, we have too much tornadoes in our lives. So let's see. There we go. Heart-to-heart conversations. I really, really feel bad for the people around us. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Religious factors. Are we on the same page? Passion. Love yourself first. Finances and career. Engagement. And I should probably do modifications here as well. I should really write a new thing, because I don't like syrupy things. I kind of like more pragmatic kind of approach to this, otherwise it just like makes no sense. Let your friends help you. I mean, of course, if you go for my karma session, or you know, spiritual or energy sessions, you kind of like go to the different stratosphere, because then you're ready to go on a higher level. But let's go for these general readings in some kind of grounded way, worth waiting for, and true love. So let's leave this heal family issues, because this is the key what we have to do. Two major arcanas, guys. So we are getting rid of the devil. Lovely. So let this lunar eclipse kind of like shed it for us. Perfect. So what happened in the past? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then we have the Four of Cups, which some decks call it luxury, and other decks and other readers call it boredom. I don't call it either. I simply see a kitty cat or a person who maybe is not really enticed with the choices presented. Maybe, you know, none of that is good. So what if we want pistachio ice cream and we have vanilla, strawberry, peach, and I don't know, like, I mean, Oreo creams? We are not getting what we want. So is it wrong to say I'm waiting for what I want? Or is it that we are picky? It's kind of like fine line, right? Because I think this is like what this healing family issues is as well. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? So, you know what is the antidote for boredom? Creativity. And there is no antidote for creativity. So, love yourself first. Guys, we are a creative sign. Just do whatever helps. If you don't paint, if you do not write, if you know, buy yourself a tarot deck and try to see what this card means to you. Do not read the meanings. Just connect yourself and say, well, if I were to lie down under the tree and look at it, it's like, how would I feel? And this is kind of like evoking creativity in you, but it's also kind of like evoking higher thinking. You see, kind of like there was something foolish we maybe did in the past, and we are maybe still juggling things, or somebody juggled us, or maybe something was foolish that we did or that was done to us, and hence maybe this is like where we kind of like had this reawakening into our Aquarian thing, like, wait a minute, we have to kind of like honor ourselves, and that kind of like push us to love yourself first kind of feeling. Well, it looks like it was somebody we had like a strong sexual connection with. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Be very careful not to think this is love. Guys are really good this way. They know how to kind of divide sex from love, and that's because their polarity is different. We have like not to go into kind of like these details, but check this out. Exactly, this is not love. Like you see, it will be soulmate card, but it's not. This also could mean that there is a lingering third person, and maybe we are chasing someone. The problem with that is we don't maybe think of doing something serious with people, but since we are like these perpetual dreamers, we always see the best in the other person. So we fall in love, and that's generally also a problem with women. And it's not a problem, it's actually a great thing, but it ends up being a problem because it kind of boomerangs and hurts us. We fall in love with the potential of the other person. So you see somebody, let's say, who is addicted either to sex, to money, to good times, to drugs, alcohol. And it's a no, they're not that way, you know, not possible, sweetie, you're so sweet. Maybe they are, because we see them, we see their true self. You know, just think about it, how beautiful that ability is. But this is also healing, because we wanted somebody else to see the positive ability in us, and they haven't. They kind of suppressed us, and maybe this is why we don't want to suppress others. However, some people, in fact most of the people, will never reach their potential, including us. So you have to understand here that trying to convince people they are not who they say they are, it's kind of like futile. The resistance is futile, going to hurt yourself. So now there is a decision that has to be made. Which turn do you take, left or right? Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? Remember the matrix? So what are we going to be doing this period? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, let me add it, and with yourself. Go deep inside of yourself, because this is a card of anxiety. It's also a card of sort of like the ending of the stages. 2 9s and 8s and 3 9s and 8s. Something is ending. We are closing certain chapter of our lives. And we are closing the book we actually really didn't like that much, to be honest. This is sort of like, were we drama queens? Again, it goes back to it. Look, did we maybe overly insist on something and somebody really couldn't give it to us, and we were saying, yes, you can. We know, we see this potential. It is like asking somebody to lose weight on your terms. People do it when they're ready, and there is nothing we can do. People change when they're ready. So it is like time to have this conversation. So you really have to listen what basically is being said. If you hear no, it is a no, and then you have to make your own choice from that point on. So 6 of Pentacles reversed, it was a complete lack of give and take. So it could be a third person as well. And it doesn't have to necessarily mean it was cheating. Usually when I see the Devil card, it talks about the exes, but the exes who are having significant influence. And I call this, honestly, and pardon my language, a golden vagina syndrome, when the exes who actually had children really think they have sort of like a property claim on their partner just because they had a baby. Well, having a baby is really the easiest thing in the world. Understanding how to be a mother, not so easy. And Aquarians are not exactly designed to be mothers, but if we decide to be mothers, we are the best mothers we can be, and it doesn't have to be our child. So somebody suppressing us and controlling this person is only hurting themselves. But we have to realize if we want to play this game, because this game doesn't benefit anybody, right? There you go. It was lots of superficiality. Maybe we were not ourselves because, and this is it, we want somebody to accept us, but then we play this game where we're actually being sweet and kind and sexy and seductive, and then we complain that this person doesn't understand who we are. We have to kind of like do our part of it, right? So religious factors, your love life is influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual path. This is kind of like, I don't like religious factors. Many people these days are not religious. They're not religious because, especially women, do not like to be suppressed into you shall obey kind of thing. Well, nobody does. This to me is more like of a marriage card, more like let's subscribe to the same rules, let's subscribe to the same lifestyle. It is really hard to make it work with someone if you're a homebody and they just like want to be out all the time. So of course the love life was going to be really influenced if you're like a daytime person and somebody's a nighttime. It's where to meet. And this is like quite showing the Two of Swords, inability to kind of cross that wedge. So this has to die. Or it could be like, see what happens in this kind of condition. And I had this kind of like long conversation with my brother because he's like my confidant and my business advisor and my best friend. So we were talking about soulmates. If there is a person, only one person in the world that I see that being married to a soulmate, that would be him. He's an Aries with the Leo rising, and she's a Leo with Aries rising. So they have unbelievable amount of astrology connection, but yet they really had to make their relationship work. So we're talking about these twin flames and soulmates, and simply how some people are willing to take so much dirt and like kind of like indignity in the name of, oh well, he's my soulmate. Well, the fact that he cheats and the fact that he mistreats me kind of doesn't matter. So there is like somebody whose marriage is really working out nicely and who has been like with this woman all his life basically. You know, my brother is extremely handsome and he pretty much had women throwing themselves at him, but he only sees one. In fact, he said, look, I really don't know if that works for her, meaning his wife. He said, but I really love where I am. So his basically 2 cents were, look, soulmates. He said, the whole concept thinking that you're going to just kind of sail into a perfect situation is basically means to me that the person needs growing up, and that's where we actually do agree. He said it is not about really finding that everything works, because somebody will have to give up something will have to die. He said the thing is that if you don't do it from the bottom of your heart, if you don't do it and love it that you're doing it, it's not going to work out. If you do it and you resent it, this is not going to work out. So he said the soulmate is ultimately your own basically character, ability to recognize that you want to evolve. And this is what it says. Maybe it looks like that there is like a part of our life that is kind of rigid and we have to do it a certain way because we have been trained, but this is calling for us to shed it. It's calling for us to see who we really want to become. There you go, the rules. Oh my gosh, this is also religious factors. So guys, the rules need to stop. We have to find new rules. So that's what lunar eclipse is going to tell us. We have to become who we are. It looks like it's still to a point focused on our finances. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. We are a little bit overwhelmed, and Knave of Chalices, maybe we are trying to find the true motivation behind what we are doing. Maybe we had some victories and promotions and kind of like living in a dreamland of self-importance. Just keep in mind that everything is transitory in life. And this is kind of interesting because they're wands, cups, and swords, which means that like literally we are being challenged on so many levels other than income level looks like it's going to be fine, but like, I mean, in terms of our passions, in terms of our dedication, and in terms of who we think we are going to be challenged. So I think that's where we'll really have to look into. So engagement, so your life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So what are we going to commit to, guys? So we are creating, let's not create new rules, because the moment when you create a rule, the moment when you sign up for a religion or a club, you're automatically signing not only for the sets of rules that could be fantastic, but you're signing up also for what you're not going to do. That also can be fantastic, but can be also very damaging, right? So that flexibility of the rubber band that can stretch is not there. Yeah, sure, it kind of could make life easier, because you kind of, yeah, oh, you like, you know, PJ sandwich, so do I. Oh, we are like soulmates. But, you know, at the point when it starts to expanding, the trouble starts. It looks like, yeah, like certain things are not moving, but why is this not moving? This is really strange. New level of commitment, and yet not moving, and yet some of us, Seven of Cups, living in a dream world. But we want to see, we actually do kind of have the end goal in sight, I think, but I don't think we formed the vision how to get there. So yeah, I guess the engagement should probably mean next stage. It's going to be something that kind of jumped at us, that kind of like surprised us, and kind of like this is the same thing. It's evolution from something financial. It could be that we have been feeling overly important, but in the end kind of like felt overcame by others, or by projects, or by people, or by obligations, and hence, guess what we can really rely upon? Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So this is kind of like that need for strategy. We need to regain the stability and core, and who we really are. When I see the Emperor, I really ask myself, who do I want to become, right? And this is again resetting boundaries, guys, finding out what is important. Be very careful about communication. Ask the feedback from your friends if we are communicating well, and maybe sometimes you're too sweet and people just interpret it wrongly, or interpret it the way they want to interpret. So it's the new thing, guys, happening, because look, this is in the environment. A new love is coming. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and this is going to be a chase. Be careful. Knight of Wands is really fiery, but sometimes doesn't stay. It just, well, this one in fact could stay. This one could start with huge passion and have this like really exalting qualities. The stars is us, guys. The stars is like we are coming to our element, and yet Ace of Pentacles is building something on proper ground, something that has enormous potential. And to me, this card also means friend. So now we have my best friend, my lover, my love combination here. So true love, this is the romance of a lifetime, but don't jump into it recklessly. 9, the Hermit talks about, think through it. What is it in this relationship? Literally analyze it. What is it in this relationship that is appealing? What is it we have to figure it out? So it looks like it's the passion that is appealing to us, but we are still stuck to some level. 7, the Chariot reversed talks about certain things are still a no-go, and this is why we have both Chariot and Hermit here. We have to kind of figure out what is the true love, what is the romance of a lifetime, because honestly it's only one romance of a lifetime that exists, and this is like our love for ourselves. Now, I'm not talking about worshiping yourself in front of the mirror. I am talking about understanding who you are. Like most of us spend an entire lifetime to get there, and looks like we are going to stop ourselves in the tracks and see if this knight is just somebody who is like actually giving us ability to kind of recognize ourselves, that we are going to the next level, or is it truly person we really want to take it and give it a try with, because we're also willing to wait for it. Divine timing is its work in your love life, and this time, just like Ace of Pentacles, we are not going to be fooled with passion. We really want to build this, and we want to build it properly. See, that's the creativity. We need to open the creativity. This is again the rules and creativity, right? So now today creativity is like very the word that we kind of like exalt, but creativity, it comes from creation, and only God was creative. And if you were creative, you have been burned. Remember, like this is what the church did. And guess what we had here in religious factors? We had that this kind of rules and this kind of rigidness has to end. And so here it came, we have to build it, and we have to revisit that creativity. It's also talking about this motherhood. It's also talking about this, what kind of dedication we have. And there we go. It's a new start, guys. We look at this like 2 8s. This is actually really lovely. I mean, 3 of the Empress is generally talking about something clinging, right? And that we have to recognize that if we are clinging onto somebody, that we have to release, let go, and kind of like wait for this new opportunity. 8 of Wands means it's in fact going to happen really quickly, and it's going to be kind of like this to me is a communication and love arrows, and something will be happening. And guess what? We didn't have 10 of Swords, we didn't have 3 of Swords, we didn't have all this enormous pain, we didn't have Tower. Guys, do you see what's happening? It's huge. We need to heal these family issues. We need to figure out which rules we do not want to take, and we are chasing this devil away. Good job. Horoscope signs, I see Scorpio, I see Taurus, I see Capricorn, I see Aries, I see Aquarius, I see Sagittarius, Virgo, and Taurus, Libra again. So if this somehow relates, I mean, of course they're all signs, but these signs can actually even bring the higher kind of louder message to you. So Aquarius, good luck. If you like what you hear and you want to be the first one to receive my tarot readings, please subscribe if you haven't already. If you did, thank you so much again for contributing to the success of this channel. And please like and share and come to the Facebook. And you know what? I love you. Bye.